Hello, hello, and welcome, mighty. We're back with more Rosewater. Thank you to Grandislav Games and wait, let me check something real quick. Yes, and Keymailer for letting me play this game. For trusting me to showcase it. I'm still thinking the audio is a little bit too loud. For the stream, not the game. Game is fine. We had our little first impressions last night about the game. It's a beautifully looking point and click. The kind of game that I really used to love to play a long time ago. And I saw this, I saw the opportunity, and I'm happy they trusted me to showcase this for you guys. Let's continue. We need to find, okay, we are a writer that went to a town to try and look for a job. But the person at the... I forgot how it's called, the place. Let me check real quick. Yeah, Post and Publishing, Rosewater Post and Publishing. At the newspaper, they just wanted us to work in something like interviewing someone and stuff like that. Let me just check some things real quick for the streamer that everything is working. I think it is. It is. Nice.
Shabby, but I've been to worse.
Shabby, but I've been to worse, she says. Okay, nothing else here.
Looks like it's been up for ages. I wonder if they ever caught the guy. Or maybe he retired from crime. Or died of old age.
I don't have old age. I can go up there. I can go into the saloon. Jack of Diamonds Saloon. Okay. But she wanted us to interview someone famous. And for now, we're just wandering around.
Gentleman
around.
Jake's show will be starting at the theater soon. You won't want to miss a second of it.
Is there anything else I can do here? I don't
Local
think.
populace getting sloshed.
Can I show you? What was my inventory?
October 25th, 1850. Dear Miss Legere, thank you for submitting your sample. Your writing shows real potential. I'd like to extend an invitation to meet with me at the offices of the Rosewater Post and discuss the possibility of an extended commission. How soon can you arrive in town? I await your reply and look forward to making your acquaintance. Yours, Joan Gallagher.
Yeah, that's the... Okay. That's the letter we got to... for this job.
Warning. Watch the dang door. Signed, Management. These seem to be for decoration more than anything else.
Both of them?
These seem...
Yeah, okay. What is this?
Now that is mighty tempting. Warning. Watch the dang door. Signed, Management.
I'm gonna press it.
Food delivery for the lazy.
If I do it one more time. Gonna talk to him again.
Gentleman Jake's show will be starting at the theater soon. You won't want to miss a second of it.
Can I go here?
Gentleman Jake Show.
Okay. Wait, can I? Okay. Undertaker.
Business seems slow today. Probably a good thing.
For the Undertaker. Obviously. Gentleman Jake's Rosewater PLUS. Oh, this is the guy that
You
tried to
again?
scam us.
Oh, hey, Harmony,
Not
was
scam,
it?
Harley.
rob us.
What in the ether are you doing here?
Oh, you're not still sore about earlier.
Nah. But your little friend might think twice about hoodwinking strangers again.
Look, nothing personal. My brother and me are just doing our best to get by.
His brother? You just have to wait when your brother got caught. You got a self-preservation instincts.
Your brother? And you just strolled away? I ought to knock you into a cocked hat.
Hey, you gotta look out for number one.
You picked the wrong mark, but I can let that go. Hell, with a little effort, you two could be halfway decent crifters. But if there's one thing turns my stomach, it's disloyalty. That's your flesh and blood. If you don't have your own brothers back, who else on this wretched earth is going to give a flip if you're alive or dead?
You made your point. Now, can we drop it already? I'm trying to do an actual legitimate job here.
Actual legitimate job. What job?
Legitimate job? So you're not selling snake oil or stock tips or fire insurance?
Nah, nothing like that. I'm selling tickets to Gentleman Jake's legendary Wild West show. Only 20 coppers.
What a bad ticket to the show.
I'll take one of those tickets.
Swell! And when would you like to come see the show?
Whenever it starts?
Oh, you mean today? Oh, well, I'm afraid I gotta disappoint you there. Sold the last of today's tickets not 10 minutes before you walked up.
Seriously?
Seriously, this ain't exactly the Coliseum. It only fits so many, and folks around here are real excited to see Gentleman Jake in person.
Are they really? I just need to speak with Jake.
All right, look. I don't need to see some yahoo firing off his pea shooter.
Pea
I just
shooter.
want to talk to this Jake fellow.
And I'm sure Gentleman Jake would be happy to meet you if you had a ticket to get in. Course, I might be able to sneak you in quiet-like, but I'd be putting my job on the line. And I can't afford to lose it now. After all, I have my little brother to look after.
Go
Just
F
tell me what
yourself.
you want.
Only a small favor.
Spit it out.
Just
Mhm.
help me retrieve something. A small item of great personal value.
Retrieve.
It's only my pa's pocket watch. Family heirloom, you see.
What happened to it?
It was stolen is what? By that one-eyed scalawag Lola Johnson. Probably stashed it away in the old smithy. She's been squatting in there for weeks now.
Offer bribe. How about 2 crowns and we forget all this favor nonsense? Where's your brother now? This sounds like a matter for the law. I'll do it, but only to get in. I'm not doing you any favors. Let me in or else. I believe this game may have different endings. I forgot. I think it does. Based of the choices you can make. How people feel about you. Something like that. This sounds like a matter for the law. I would rather just get in. But where's your
Where'd your
brother now?
brother get to? Keeping out of trouble?
Matter of fact, he's trying to make good after that screw-up earlier. Decided he's gonna try and get Pa's watch back all by himself.
Oh my god.
He's real tore up over losing it.
Okay, you don't need me. I hope he gets caught and locked up for good. It's not retrieving. We're stealing something from someone. We don't know how they got it. Great, then you don't need
If
me.
he's doing it, then what do you need me for?
Why, it's clear he ain't cut out for the job. I tried talking sense into him, but he's dead set on it. Wants to prove himself. but he'll be in real hot water if he gets caught, which he probably will. That's why I'm asking you to do it before he goes and does something stupid. I can tell you could pull it off. No problem.
It sounds like a matter for the law. I'll do it, but only to get in. I'll do it, but only to keep your brother out of trouble.
That kid deserves better than getting strung up for doing your dirty work. Call him off. I'll handle it.
Swell. You know where to find me.
Diary updated. Word log, no key for me. Turn the hook freely. What is this? Padlocks, wiggle the key. Oh, this is how to use. Okay. The key stays still down and turns. Oh my god, we have like a. we have like a way of lock picking. This is interesting. All right. Let me check. What else is here? Board the WB Express. Board 743 from Pierre. Lorraine for Rosewater. Western Vespuccia. No Magas to speak of. And literal all metaphorical sense. Oh, this is what everything that she already read for us at the beginning. One thing I know, I'm ready for a change of scene. The dusty streets of Rosewater. People are the same everywhere. Rotten, grasping, and two-faced. I've passed now 10 minutes in this town and I already feel like home. Couple of streets kids take advantage of the deserted thoroughfare to waylay the fleas new arrivals. All in front of the sheriff's office, no less. A rascal by the name of Jem, self-styled a town greeter, carries off a whole routine while his young confederate, none too skilled in technique, nor yet hardened to his way of life, clumsily attempts to relieve the marks of valuables. The mark on this regrettable occasion being me. Yui, welcome in. Welcome to the stream. The distractor made himself scarce, and I eventually shooed that pickpocket away with a stern warning. So this is everything that happened already. I think it's probably in case that we forget, or in case that we come back later, so we can just read this, what happened, or maybe is like there's probably a different different use for this. The office, the Rosewater Post, this town is yeah, offices. Rosewater, Spitfire Harley. They remembered us. Is that we were like a fighter? I think was it 15 years since I boxed. Oh, we were a boxer under that moniker, but in the chum. But believe it or not, Joni was there to see it, and moreover, remember me. I suppose I made an impression somehow, and not only in some poor bastard's face with my fists, but I got what I came here for. The arrangement is not yet permanent, but I have my first assignment. I am to conduct an interview with an entertainer called Gentleman Jake, or Jake Ackerman. It's not Levi, guys, who is performing locally, and write an article showing him and the town in a flattering light. A puff piece, to put it plain. The show is the opera. What happened? Okay. The show is at the Opera House, and he is to be found in Jake Simon's saloon. Though this town is small enough to that I could, like, as not stand in the crossroads and yell Jake and find him an earshot, no matter his address. That's true. These are not exactly the literary endeavors I envisioned, but it is an actual job for the actual money. So I will swallow my pride, lick my pen, and puff for all I'm worth, which is about 45 crowns, it would seem. Outside of our upper house, his brother. La, 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 la. Okay, this is our story so far. We have 20 crowns, like, to spend.
For 20 coppers, it had better be one hell of a show.
Coppers?
Dr. Bennett Clark, Master of Ethericity. Oh, right, the Ethericity fellow. I didn't know he was working out here.
Bennett Clark. Okay. Where do I go?
Hey, kid,
Yeah?
wait here. I'll be back.
I look forward to it.
Never heard of this one. Betrayal, murder, revenge, classic stuff. Never works out that way in real life.
It doesn't. Could I just open?
Wait a minute. You can't just go in there without a ticket.
I can.
Wait here.
I look for. Wait a minute.
He won't let me.
Wait here.
I look.
Okay. Okay, let me look at the diary then. One more time. Employees recover the one-eyed scalawag. Evidently a drifter or transient from some possessions. He left it slip. It refused to deed the little brother. Would attempt it himself in the hopes of making a blunder. Kakamami? Wait, I don't know what that means. Notion that would surely land the hapless child in the clink or worse, yes. Soft touch, I caved. Soft touch that I am, I caved, if only for the boy's sake. Somehow has stooped the level of errand runner, this moral pustule of a person. As the last encounter, he has undergone a rapid curiosity. Okay, his brother, his own blood. Instant things got dicey. The level of meanness even comprehend. I need to find the one-eyed scalawag. But where? Abandoned smithy. Okay. I don't even know what that means. But physician. Oh, this is the doctor.
Hello again, Miss Leger. I'm pleased to say your friend should make a full recovery.
Nice. That's not my friend.
He's not my friend.
Mhm.
He just fell out the window and almost crushed me.
I see. Well, it was good of you to come get me. Plenty of folks around here would have turned a blind eye. I realize in all the commotion we weren't properly introduced. I'm Dr. Sedgwick.
Tedgwick.
Guess the sign wasn't lying then. I'm Harley.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Likewise. Mind if I have a look around?
Not at all.
Quite a variety of potions and tonics you've got here, Doc.
It's only a small part of the bounteous pharmacopoeia that nature might make available to us, if only we knew her secrets. There is so much to be discovered.
I imagine you get your hands pretty dirty in this line of work?
It's for cleansing before, not after. I am a follower of the modern European theories, positing that disease follows from the propagation of tiny animalcules living on the surface of the skin. Thorough washing with soap and water is said to eradicate them.
Drown the little bastards, huh?
Drown him.
Something
Yep.
like that.
Well, that's just disgusting.
Not disgusting, it's fascinating.
Fascinating.
Awe-inspiring.
To each his own. Hey, Doc, is that mess of noodles really what our insides look like?
Indeed, Miss Leger. The human body truly is a marvel.
I suppose that's one word for it. I imagine you get your hands pretty
It's for I posit thorough
around the
something.
What is this? Spitter. Spittoon.
That's impressively clean.
Cleanliness is next to godliness, as they say, and good health starts with good hygiene.
That's true.
He doesn't look half bad, all things considered.
No, he was lucky. Once I'm done here and the laudanum wears off, he should be right as rain.
Hey, Doc,
Miss Legere.
You have to
got
tell
any
me
knowledge to impart about
the town.
Rosewater?
Oh, well, it's a fine town.
You don't sound too enthused.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you'll find plenty to see and do here.
Give it to me straight, Doc. I want to know your thoughts on this place, warts and all.
Were Rosewater one of my patients, I would say the prognosis is not good.
Uh-oh.
Not since all the Aurum claims dried up and the airship routes opened, leapfrogging over our rail line. The hangers-on keep this place gasping for breath, but I fear they only prolong the inevitable. I hope I haven't discouraged you, but you did ask my opinion.
How's business?
So, how's the medicine business?
What a question. I'm a physician, Miss Legere, not some two-bit snake oil salesman.
Didn't mean to imply you were.
I'm sure. At any rate, I've not had many patients of late. This poor soul is the only one this week. But that is the physician's dilemma, is it not? We are taught that idleness is a sin. But better that I am idle and the townsfolk healthy than my surgery be full of the ill and infirm.
That is true.
You must know all about the townsfolk.
I am well acquainted with all their ailments, proclivities, and vices.
Vices.
But if you're just seeking gossip, you'll have to find it elsewhere.
That is
If
okay.
things are so bad, why not pick up and move elsewhere?
I swore an oath to do no harm, Miss Legere. As the town's only physician, leaving would mean abandoning my patients. There may not be many left to call on my services, but when they do, I am the only barrier standing between them and the grave.
Isn't that a bit dramatic, Doc?
Say what you will, I know where I stand on the matter.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Can't you get someone to take your place?
Why not train somebody to take over for you?
I did have an apprentice not long ago, my ward, Nadine.
Nadine.
What happened to her?
Oh, this is no kind of life for a restless young person. I encouraged her to put her talents to use elsewhere. She's ministering to the local native tribe now.
Tell me about this
Who is this tribe?
I'm afraid I don't know much about them, just that they have a small village somewhere in the valley. I believe they call themselves the Audam? Autumn? I'm not certain of the pronunciation. At any
Audam.
rate, they don't come to the town, and I imagine the townsfolk mostly let them be as well.
I'll see you later, Doc.
Do take care of yourself.
I love these voice acting. These voice actors are amazing.
Soft drink crates. A sugary, fizzy way to beat the heat. Nothing inside but a colony of ants. Shame. I could go for a sarsaparilla. Can't be a good sign when even the blacksmith goes out of business. No shoes for you, horsies. Looks sturdy, but there's some rot creeping around the handles. This padlock's not going anywhere. Not without encouragement. Too bad I didn't bring my lockpicks. Or a hammer.
Oh, she said she had lockpicks. I did I not try to talk to the man?
Hello again.
I tried to talk to him.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, I wouldn't try talking to him just now, Miss Legere. I gave him a mild narcotic to numb the pain. He'll be out of sorts for a while.
Okay. So that's fair. Alright. We need lockpicks. Who has lockpicks? I think Joanie had lockpicks. We could use some of those.
I hope that isn't the town water supply.
Oh god. This is the bank. All right, sheriff. Could I not go anywhere else? Should I ask the sheriff for some help? Imagine.
Welcome back, Miss Legere.
Can I talk to him?
Hey, Sheriff?
What can I do you for?
Did you hear about the guy who was thrown out a
Were
window?
you aware that a man was thrown from the window at the Rosewater Post?
Is that right? Who was it?
Never saw him before. Looked new Spanish.
You're
Is he
Spanish.
Alive?
Yes, he's in Doc Sedgwick's care.
Well, that's good. Sounds like I need to have words with Joni, though.
Lola
Are you
Johnson.
acquainted with Lola Johnson?
Not really. She mostly keeps to herself. As long as she don't cause trouble, I'm willing to overlook the squatting.
Okay, Joan Gallagher.
Can you tell me about Joan Gallagher?
Whew, I've yet to meet anyone with a more fiery temper. My advice is to stay on Joni's good side. You don't want to end up going out the window like that poor bastard.
Was there to know about Doc
Is Doc
Sedgwick?
Sedgwick on the up and up, or is he one of those frontier quacks?
Oh no, Doc Sedgwick's tried and true. Well, he saved the town from a yellow fever epidemic just last year.
Oh, he
The
seems
Doc's
pretty
pretty
legit.
much the glue holding this town together. Leastways, that's what he's fond of telling everybody.
Gentleman
What's
Jake.
the story with Gentleman Jake?
Which one? If even half of them are true, he's a lion among men. A real Western
hero.
You can catch his show while he's in town and hear it straight from the source.
Who was the fancy old lady I saw leaving the saloon?
I saw a lady coming out of the saloon
Ah,
earlier.
yeah.
She was older, fancy looking, sounded old country. Any idea who that is?
Can't say it rings any bells. Wonder what someone like that'd be doing in Rosewater.
Thanks
Yeah,
for the
that's
chat,
true.
Sheriff.
Come back anytime.
Doesn't look too comfy, but I guess that's the point. Does this cell see much use?
Nah, not really. Well, that's fine by me. The less I have to clean out that pot, the
The
better.
better. Okay. All right. I'm not sure where to find that person. Why do we go to the railway then? To the station? There was nothing there. Okay. Okay, that is fair. Can I go there? Can I talk to people like this? No? Okay. Let's just keep walking. Let's just wandering around. Wandering around. See. Is this the bank? Seems like it. Okay. Sedgwick General Petition. I should ask her for lockpicks.
Good to see you again.
What a nice voice this gentleman has.
Excuse me?
I'd love to chat, Miss Legere, but I'm a bit occupied at the moment.
Don't let me distract you then.
Let me go up. Let's talk to Joannie. Joannie has lockpicks. I need them.
No time to waste gabbing, Legere. Get out there and write.
Wait. Really? Oh, man. I cannot.
Fascinating device.
Isn't it just? To think, I can send messages from here to Bright Bay with the press of a lever.
What will they think of next?
What will they think of next? It's not as we know.
See you later,
we know.
Joni.
Take care of yourself out there.
Okay, let's just go then. I don't know where though. I should just try to grab dude. Can I go anywhere here? Here. Let's go back in the saloon. Let's press the button again.
The local populace getting sloshed.
Getting sloshed. Okay. Nothing of interest here. That can be done.
Gentleman Jake's show will be starting at the theater soon. You won't want to miss a second of it.
I think the right call is to just... I think it's the right call is to just bribing them then, because I'm not sure what else we can do here. Can I go to the left or right? I don't think so. No. Let's have one.
Hey, kid.
Yeah?
The blacksmith shop is locked
The
up. Okay.
blacksmith's got a giant padlock on the door.
So?
So I'm not breaking into private property.
I told you the place is abandoned. Lola's squatting in there. Besides, it's not really breaking in if you're retrieving something stolen. Sheriff Gamble won't trouble himself over it, trust me. And if you run into Lola, I'm sure someone like you can handle her.
Oh yeah, Sheriff seems to like don't mind too much of his business there. That's not that good. So I should just go then there?
Wait here. I'll be...
I'll look.
Okay. Okay, I like how the pace that this game has. Go again. Let's just go and break.
If I use my bare hands, the only thing I'll get is a broken wrist. But if I use something heavy...
What do I have to use?
Looks sturdy, but... If I use something heavy...
Okay, we don't have something heavy here.
Nothing in... Shame.
Hello again. I'm afraid I haven't the time for idle chit.
Oh.
Okay. He doesn't have it. Maybe the sheriff?
Welcome back.
Hey, Sheriff?
What can I do you for?
Just saying hello.
I see. Well, hope you're keeping out of trouble.
Okay, he doesn't. He cannot help me. Do I actually have to go back to and ask him for something heavy? Is there anything heavy that I can click on? Maybe I can use one of these crates. No. Okay. All right. Can I talk to him?
Gentleman Jake.
Okay.
Hey, kid.
Yeah?
How about 2 crowns and forget all this favor
You
now?
said you and your brother needed money. How about 2 crowns?
Well, now, that's mighty kind of you. But this don't change the deal.
Why, you little bastard.
You want in, you gotta do me that favor.
Wait here. I'll be back.
I look forward to it.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Sorry.
Wait a minute. You can't just go in there without a ticket.
Wait here.
I look forward.
What is this something? Oh, are these rocks?
This place is falling apart, but these stone tiles were nice. Once.
Okay, I can pick them up.
This place is...
Okay. Okay, we have the rock then. There weren't too many things to look at. That was being scared to me because I didn't understand what I should have been looking at. Oh, looking for, I must say.
If I use my bare hands, the only thing I'll get is a broken wrist. But if I use something heavy...
Find another way.
That did it. Tile's no good anymore, though. The Smithy's cold furnace. No watch, just old ash. Emptier than that fool Jem's head. Absolutely nothing.
Horseshoes, a lot of them.
Guess the devil won't be coming in here. Did the blacksmith dabble as a Wainwright? Decorative or a functional hiding place? Empty. Well now, what have we here? Got what I came for. Best not to stick around.
What in the ether is going on here?
I take your Lola Johnson.
You must be Lola Johnson.
That's right, Lola Johnson, who lives here.
It's actually rather
I
cozy.
thought it had a certain domestic charm. Nice setup you have in here.
I don't know what you're playing at, but my patience is wearing thin.
I'll be going.
You do that.
You do that. Okay. We just stole someone. This stole from someone. But what if that was a lie from the start? We did not think that it's probably going to be a lie. So we're just helping someone steal from someone else. Although Lola is a squatter, so we're not sure. What's up, bruh?
Hey, kid.
Yeah?
Gotta
Here's
watch.
your watch back.
No fooling. You actually got it?
Yeah.
By a whisker. Lola turned up just as I was leaving.
Did she see you take it?
Don't think so. Anyways, that's my part of the bargain held up. You gonna let me in now?
Sure, go on. Oh, and thanks. I know we've had our tiffs, but I really do appreciate you getting this for me. My dear departed pa can rest easy again knowing his watch is back where it belongs.
That's not your watch at all, is it?
Well, it is now.
Kid, if I were you, I'd make myself scarce. Otherwise, the only way you'll be able to tell the time on that thing is by squatting over a mirror. You get me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm gonna punch that guy. I need to punch that guy in the face.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, are you ready for some thrills?
Brills.
Are you ready for some excitement?
Are you ready for some fun?
Fine.
Then without further ado, may I present the star of our show, the last man standing at the Bleachbone Gulch Showdown. The only man to defeat bastard Billy Boakes in a duel. The man who discovered a gentleman, then gifted it to an orphanage. Gentleman Jake Ackerman!
Jake Ackerman.
Yahoo!
Thank you, Charlie, for that wonderful introduction. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gentleman Jake's Wild West. We got a heck of a performance for you today, but first, allow me to introduce my brave and loyal assistant, Danny Lowe.
Danny Law.
Now let's get this show on the road. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you rope a steer. Keep it going, Danny. Maybe you'll lasso yourself one someday.
You couldn't rope a steer if it invited itself in for dinner.
That's just heckle.
The sun beat down upon them as the duelists stood and stared. But Billy Boakes had never fought somebody so prepared. Jake drew his gun, and bang! The bastard crashed down with a thud. The legendary foe lay dead, defeated, in the mud.
Uh-huh.
You sure you didn't just bore him to death?
And now for a most challenging proposition, perhaps the greatest feat of marksmanship to which a man can set his sights. You see those 5 juggling balls that Charlie keeps whirling aloft in such a dizzying display? Ladies and gentlemen, affix your eyes on that green ball in particular, and do not dare blink. For with but a single bullet, I will pluck it from the very air.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, let's just hear a little bit.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show. Thank you all so much. You've been a truly magnanimous, magnificent, and majestic audience.
And you can take home a piece of the legend. Come on down to the Jack of Diamonds to get an autograph or a souvenir ferrotype. We'll be there until last call. Stop by and shake hands with Gentleman Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Locked.
Really? We just got out there. Okay. Let's go to the bar then, to the Jack of Diamonds. Oh, there he is. We need it.
I'm telling you, Jake, I need that money tonight.
You knew the deal going in, Charlie. There's nothing I can do about it.
We'll see about that.
Hope I'm not interrupting, gentlemen.
My friend here was just saying his farewells. Weren't you, Charlie? Please do pardon that unpleasant display. What can I do for you, my dear?
Name's Harley Leger. I'd like to interview you for the Rosewater Post.
Well, shucks, it would be my pleasure, Miss Leger. Shall we go upstairs to my room? Beats standing out here in the dust.
Lead on.
Miss Legere,
Nice.
permit me to introduce my associate, Danny Luo.
We've met, actually. Not formally, I suppose. Nice to properly make your acquaintance, Miss Legere.
Likewise, Mr. Luo.
Please, you can call me Danny. Everybody does.
So what did you think of the show? Pretty spectacular, huh?
I've seen better. It was pretty good though. I want to see it. I want to give like, let's just be good.
Spectacular. It was amazing.
Well, shucks. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Wait a minute. The heckler. Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, so what? I like keeping performers on their toes. That way their heads don't swell up.
What a refreshing perspective, Miss Legere. I appreciate your candor. Shall we proceed with the interview?
Right.
Tell me your real story. Why bring your show to Rosewater? What's your greatest accomplishment? Is there anything that scares you? What would people be surprised to learn about you? How do you spend your time? Danny, what do you think of Jake? Why did you bring the show to Rosewater?
How did you come to pick Rosewater as your latest venue?
Simple. Plenty of folk in this town are looking for a good show. I ain't so hoity-toity as to think El Presidio or Los Virgenes are the only places worth visiting. After spending all day bent double over a pan in a creek or working his keister off down in a mine, a man is entitled to some amusement, wouldn't you say?
Okay, so you're just here for to be the amusement park, basically. That's your greatest accomplishment.
You're clearly a man of great deeds. Which would you say has been your greatest?
I value all my accomplishments equally, Miss Legere. To single any one out would diminish the others. I couldn't bring myself to do that.
Yeah, that's a
What a
charlatan.
noble sentiment.
I
It's
like
not.
to think so.
That's because you don't think any of that is worth accomplishments. You know, if you say, "Oh, all of my accomplishments are worth the same," no, that's not true. Tell me your real story.
So who is the real Gentleman Jake?
Mercy me. That's a hell of a question. Now, I ain't much for philosophizing, Miss Legere, so I'll just say this. In my case, what you see is what you get.
I see. Well, okay then.
So it's a performer. That's all that you are. You're not a real shooting person. Shooting person. How do you spend your time? I really love. Look at the aesthetics of the game. It's so beautiful. Like if you know these type of games, if you know the sorry for the comparison, but I keep comparing this to like the old timey LucasArts games. Those games are so nice. So the art style is beautiful. It's so strange for me to see these type of games coming out now to these days. It is very refreshing to me and nostalgic at the same time. Is there anything that scares you?
Is there anything that frightens the mighty Gentleman Jake?
You know, somebody once told me, fear is only as deep as the mind allows. When you deal with the type of folks out on the frontier that I do, marauders, bandits, desperados, your fears have got to be shallow. Otherwise, you won't last 2 seconds.
Hey, Jake, don't you have an appointment with Miss Sally this evening?
Damn, you're right. Sorry to cut things short, Miss Legere. I've got another engagement I need to prepare
I
for.
knew it.
I should have plenty for my article. I appreciate your time.
Well, I look forward to reading your story in the next edition.
This
Danny,
is
see the lady out,
so
would you?
already. This has a kind of an interesting replayability.
Good meeting you, Danny. Guess I'll see you around.
Worth.
Not to
For
worry,
this?
gents. Jake's all yours. Hey, you were in the show. Nice juggling.
Thank you, ma'am. Jake, get your ass out here right now, you four-flusher.
Floor flusher.
Now, what's all the ruckus?
Don't play the fool with me, Ackerman. You know damn well why I'm here. You might think you can give me the runaround, but I wonder if my friends here won't convince you to pay up.
Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. Didn't anybody ever tell you only cowards get others to solve their problems for them?
You slum-guzzling bastard. I'm gonna fix that wobbling jaw of yours.
Come on up here, then.
Are you sure you won't reconsider, Charlie?
Shut the hell up and get out of my way. McGuire, take care of the kid.
What the fuck?
Let's dance, cowboy.
I suggest you clear out while you can, little lady. This can get ugly.
Little
Where I'm
lady.
standing, it's pretty damn ugly already. Hey!
So that's how you want it, huh? Fine. I'll let the boss deal with you when he's done.
Hey, pick on someone your own size.
That's not yelling.
Come on, McGuire. Hey, don't start any trouble, lady.
Wow.
Ooh-wee. We can do this all day.
You're in my way, you lummox.
And that's where I'm staying.
Huh, Bollingworth Ale. Didn't know they got that out here.
Knock his block off. Hey! Don't start any trouble, lady. Hey! Don't start any trouble, lady.
Oh, now I can press this.
Whoopsie daisy. Nothing on him but the stench.
Knock him out just because he's funny. Yes, right? Knockout. Milo.
Hey, nice one.
Not the most honorable way of winning a fight, but these boys were hardly playing fair.
Hey, Charlie. Looks like your guys weren't as tough as you hoped.
Haha, nice. Rob him of his
That got
stench.
the old blood pumping.
You've got some interesting associates, Mr. Ackerman. If you'll excuse me, I have an article to write.
Hang on just a minute. I'd be a fool to just let you walk away after that performance. Come on back up here. I've got a business proposition that
Ooh.
may interest you.
What about Miss Sally?
Oh, she can wait.
Sally
All right,
can
Miss
wait.
Legere, I won't beat around the bush. Danny and I are looking to get some folks together for a job, and I think you'd make a damn fine addition to the team.
What sort of job?
Ever hear of Dr. Bennett Clark?
Uh-huh. Can say I have.
No, I don't think I have.
He was the lead scientist researching that ethericity stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Before the ban,
I
that
forgot.
is. Dr. Clark moved out here not long after the big disaster back in Lamplight City. He kept up his research, even did some demonstrations at the Opera House. Till one day, he just up and vanished. Nobody's seen hide nor hair of him in nearly a year.
So what happened to him? So you want to find him? You said you weren't going to beat around the bush. What happened to him?
So is he dead or what?
That's the thing. Nobody knows. But the real question is what he left behind. We're going in search of Dr. Clark's fortune.
Come again?
The feller was loaded. Somehow he managed to talk a bunch of big money investors from back east into financing his research. All those gizmos and doodads don't come cheap, you know? We find his stash, we'll all be rolling in it for years to come.
Stash? What stash? Surely it's all just numbers on a ledger somewhere.
Nope. I'm telling you, he kept his assets in cold, hard cash.
So you're looking to rob a man blind just because nobody knows where he is?
Now, nothing so uncouth as that. Picture this. A swashbuckling pirate captain, his vessel freighted with treasure. The vast fleets of law and order circling him, closing in. He digs a hole in the sands of some sun-kissed tropical beach to conceal his ill-gotten loot and makes himself scarce. Circumstance conspires to deprive him of the opportunity to return. Now, is the brave treasure hunter who seeks and unearths the bounty guilty of robbery?
Yes,
or is he
he
just
is.
returning to the world what would otherwise lie forgotten and worthless? See, we're not after Clark's personal wealth. The money in question was meant to bankroll his etheric research. Since that's been outlawed, he can't touch it. And it's a drop in the ocean for the investors. They'll never miss it.
How many folks are you planning on bringing into this?
That depends on what we find. But I promise you, we'll all get a fair split, enough to make it all worthwhile.
What's your plan?
Clark had a lab nearby, a couple miles outside of town. Last place anybody saw him. We poke around there, retrace his steps, and it should lead us straight to the loot.
Uh-huh.
Now, call me crazy, but I get the impression you're not entirely convinced.
Oh no, I'm completely convinced. I'm not, and frankly, I don't trust you. I'm not. What if it's all a weird goose chase that get us killed?
Truth be told, I'm not. How can you be sure Clark isn't just holed up in some cave with his cash? Or that someone didn't off him so they could claim it for themselves? We follow Clark, and whatever vanished him could end up vanishing us, too.
I admit we're asking you to put a lot of faith in us. Hell, I'd probably be just as incredulous were I in your position.
Mr. Ackerman's a good man, Miss Leger. He's never led me astray in all the time I've known him.
It's kind of one word thing you
Danny,
should
but
ask
I think
Ted.
Miss Leger's gonna need a little more than just your word. Look, I've known quite a few moneyed folk in my time. They all got one thing in common. You know what that is?
It really is. I do believe it is, Milo. But, you know, I couldn't recommend it to you for reasons. No, that was the only person from the group that has played it is Ted. And I think Lucian bought it, but I don't know if he's playing it anytime soon. They love to spend the riches. They don't give a crap about people like us. No, but I'm sure if you tell me.
I don't. Please, enlighten me.
They're good at keeping their money safe. Clark's cash is out there. I just know it. As far as your safety, you just took out a couple of brutes twice our size. It's plain to see you can take care of yourself.
I'm pretty good with my pistols, and Mr. Ackerman can talk his way out of anything. But we could use somebody who's good in a fight.
Besides, stick around old Jake long enough and you'll have enough material to write a whole book. Forget a measly little write-up in the local rag. I'm offering you a front row seat to a much better show. So, what do you say?
This will make a good story. I'm in, but no funny business. That money is as good as ours. This will make a good story. I'm in, but no funny business. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Ackerman. I'm in, but try anything funny, and I walk.
Understood.
You won't regret this, Miss Leger.
We'll set out for the lab at daybreak. And please, call me Jake.
Ooh, look at
Dr.
this.
Clark's laboratory is a
Beautiful
short hike from Rosewater.
art
After
style.
getting run out of Lamplight City, this is where he went to ground. A secluded desert facility where he could get up to who knows what. Jake, Danny, and I head there at first light to see what secrets he left behind.
Quite a sight, ain't it?
I'll say. What the hell was Clark doing out here?
That's a question for minds greater than ours, Miss Leger.
Yes and no. Okay, what are we doing here? You can go right, left. You can go there. Top.
Can we talk?
What's on your mind?
How did you and Danny meet?
I've got some more questions about you.
I'm always happy to answer.
How'd you and Danny get together?
I was packing up after a run of shows in Quick Point, having a hard time of it. You see, my assistant had up and left a few days prior, so I was flying solo.
Your assistant left? Why?
The showman's life ain't for everybody. I don't fault him for it. Anyhow, Danny comes up and offers to help with the crates. You should have seen him. Eyes wide, hands shaking, downright charming. So Danny gives me a hand and we get to talking. Turns out he's got experience roping and shooting. He even gave me a demonstration. I offered him the job as my assistant on the spot. The rest, as they say, is history.
All right. Oh no, I just meant age-wise, but I don't. It's not. It's okay. No, I don't want this conversation to go any further. You can play it. I don't know. I recommend it for what I've seen. Ted's playthrough of it. Ads. I want to hear about your previous adventures. How did you learn about Clark's money? Okay.
Just how did you come to learn about Clark's money?
Not long ago, I got to talking with a feller at the saloon. The whiskey had loosened his lips and he blabbed all about the success of his Aurum claim. But then he told me about how he'd invested most of that Aurum in Clark's research and how he wasn't the only one.
And you're certain these investors won't be wanting their money back?
Can't speak for the rest, but this feller won't. See, his aforementioned loose lips got him into trouble with some other folk.
Some other
bastard was
folks.
shot dead in the street.
I see.
Oh. There's no witnesses? Nothing to trace it back? I'm just kidding. It's okay. I'm on the YouTube as well. And the YouTube should have like, it's on the, not the vertical. So maybe? I don't know. For no ads, I'd say. Yeah, no, what I was just asking for like the age thing, but not necessarily. I mean, I didn't want that conversation to go any further. I do say that I do recommend, if you can afford it, if you can play, if you can, for what I've seen Ted's play, and I've seen some other people, like big YouTubers play the game. It's worth it. If you like those type of simulators, it's interesting. I've never been too much into simulators, so I'm not sure. I can't tell you if it's good, if it's bad, if it's like a regular one. But what I say is, well, actually, I want to play some simulators, probably this week or the next one. This is going to be about cafeteria or stuff like that, or coffee shops. I might do some of those things, but I'm not sure. It is worth it. It has a very big rating, a high rating, and it is not just hype for now. It is actually a good game for what I understand, for what I can tell. Okay, let me check. Never play any simulators like that? Oh yeah. Or you can watch Ted's gameplay for a little bit and just, like watching someone. Because that game is I think it has many stages. So, and I don't think it's too steep of a price as well, so I'm not sure. See, all I know is I've seen people play it, and I feel like if you like those type of games, you'd enjoy it. But if you don't really play simulators at all, then I don't know what to say. You have to watch a couple of gameplays. There's not like many spoilers because there's like a big story behind it. But you probably should watch that. I think Jacksepticeye and InSim played it. If you follow, I think Gab Smolders too. I don't know. These are the ones that I get recommended all the time. Okay.
Enough jabber. Let's push on.
Okay, let's go there. Let's see what we can find.
Guess it shouldn't come as a surprise that the front door is not wide open for us.
Keep out.
That's a serious looking lock.
So, how are we supposed to get in?
Batting ram, dynamite, locksmith. Battering ram. I attacked a lot. I was in test stream when she played it, but I was ready for bed, so I was in my sleep mode, so I wasn't really paying attention. Oh, you can watch the VOD. Watch the gameplay for Jack. I don't know. That's how I decide. I myself cannot tell you, like, yes, do it. It's gonna be good. You will like it, because I actually fell asleep during Ted's stream as well, so I'm no good to tell. But for what I've seen of those people playing, they seem to enjoyed it, and it looks fun. That's all I can say on the matter. Batting around.
Maybe we could find something to smash the door in, like a battering ram.
That's a possibility. My old pal Captain Stokes is stationed nearby at Fort Beaumont. He owes me a favor or two.
Maybe he could give us some high-powered equipment to get inside.
You read my mind, Danny boy. Wouldn't do any harm to take a look around out here first, though.
Oh, that wasn't my actual option. I was just saying that for them to think of something else.
Must take ages for any correspondence to get out here.
Probably beats having to hike into town, though.
What? Okay.
Looks like Clark missed his last mail delivery.
What'd you say?
Seems to be from another scientist.
February 12th, 1850. Dr. Clark, I hope this letter finds you well. Upon hearing news of the reactionary and ignorant ban our leaders have seen fit to impose, my thoughts went to you and your thankless labors in the wilderness. When they hounded you out after the expo, and I wouldn't be surprised if Leroy's cronies sabotaged your display to discredit you, you were undaunted. After enduring such a trying year, I know how much building that lab out there meant to you. A turning point in your fortunes, or so it seemed. Yet I am sure you will persevere once more. One day when rationality again prevails in the halls of government and this silly thing is lifted, I hope to take you up on your offer of a tour. If you've returned to the bosom of civilization by then, all the better. With warm regards, Dr. Roderick Nethersoul.
Nethersoul.
P.S. How you managed to rig a TT-180 console to control both your equipment and door mechanisms still baffles me. Mine is destined for the scrapyard.
That bit there about the console is interesting.
Dr. Clark sounds like a really smart guy.
That's all they had to say.
Dr. Clark really liked his sarsaparilla. There must be at least 30 empty bottles in these crates.
I once drank 10 bottles of sarsaparilla for a bet.
Did you win?
Well, yes, and no.
Doing some tidying, are we?
We might find some use for these. Come help me. I can't carry them all myself.
Hey, I ain't gonna start belly aching if you want to go around collecting refuse. Might fetch us a few shillings if we sell them back at the Jack of Diamonds.
There you go. And some for you.
Thanks.
The good doctor was pretty self-sufficient out here.
Okay, let me look at the lock. Lock.
Locked up tight.
Whoever closed this place up really didn't want anybody getting in.
This is one of the sturdiest locks I've ever seen.
I think we're gonna need to get creative. The forge stockpile might have something that could help.
Can I see something here?
Wonder if Dr. Clark boarded these up himself.
Alright. Is there anything else here?
Dr. Clark really liked his sarsaparilla.
Okay, let's go back. Oh, who are you?
What are you doing? This is no place for sightseers.
Who are you?
Just who in the ether are you?
Such disrespect. You toy with forces you do not understand.
The lady asked you a question, sir.
Heed my warning. Stay away from this place. Its mysteries are not for you.
Hey, wait! You forgot your hat?
What was that all about?
Good question.
Okay, let's go there. Let's go around and watch and look for something.
No sign of that
Steal
odd
it,
bearded
sell
fellow.
it.
I wonder where he scampered off to.
I reckon we got ourselves bigger fish to fry right now, Miss Leger.
Oh, look at this beautiful scenery. I love this. Look at the art. The graphic. Oh, this is so beautiful to see. I miss this type of game, man. It's been a while since I've played these. Very nostalgic to me. Even though this is a new game. Gonna screenshot this. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I like it. Alright, what we can find here. So that's the lab, and we need something to break into the lab. That person is probably Dr. Clark himself. If I had to guess. Alright. Let me go here. With the cursor, yeah.
Hey, look, a show.
What a racket.
She's pretty good, though.
Vaya.
I thought you might, yeah, if you were actually doing. Caramba. What are we doing here? Híjole.
Excuse me? I said, excuse me. Hey!
Don't yell at people with guns.
Caramba, you made me miss. What do you want?
What are you doing? Do you know anything about the nearly lab? I'll get back to you shooting. Okay.
Do you know anything about the laboratory just over yonder?
That abandoned wreck is a laboratory?
It was at some point.
Clearly, you know more about it than I do.
Who are you?
Who are you, and what are you doing out here?
I am Marisol de la Vega, Lieutenant General of the Constitutional Army of New Spain. My compadre is Corporal Eugenio Garcia.
Pleasure. I'm Harley Leger, and these are my associates Jake Ackerman and Danny Luo.
Good to meet you. In answer to your second question, Eugenio and I are practicing our shooting while we wait for our jefe to conclude his business.
Who is he waiting for?
Who did you say you were waiting for?
Our leader, General Filomeno Marquez. Surely you've heard of him.
No, doesn't ring any bells.
Afraid not.
Híjole, it really is true. Vespuccians don't pay attention to anything unless it happens right in front of their faces. You do not know of the new Spanish Revolution?
Should I?
Yeah.
Yeah. It really is an epic game. Do not yell at people with guns. Tell me about the revolution.
What about about this revolution, then?
I do not have the time or the desire to explain the particulars of our struggle to you. Pick up a non-imperialist periodical if you can find one, and you might learn something.
That's all for now. Happy shooting.
Thanks,
She's not
Dingo.
very nice. Okay, she's... She's not nice. She has reasons not to be. Danny,
Hey, Danny?
Ma'am?
any thoughts about how to get into the lab? Who was the odd fellow with the beard?
Who do you suppose that odd bearded fellow was?
I don't know. But I hope we don't run into him again. He gave me a strange feeling.
Got any of your own ideas on how we might get into the lab?
Well, I think Jake has the right idea. We should ask for help at the fort.
How old are you?
I want to know something about you, Danny.
Okay. Like what?
Just how old are you, anyway?
I'll be 21 this winter, but I can handle myself just fine if that's what you're worried about.
True enough. Danny's more experienced than some folk twice his age. You'd be a fool to underestimate him.
You have a family?
You got any family?
Sure. My parents and older brother live on the coast, near El Presidio. I write them every month. I haven't seen them in a dog's age, though. But Jake's been like family to me, really.
We should get a move on.
You look like a highway.
Nobody in sight, but I'm sure there are guards somewhere.
Vaya.
Hey, anybody in there?
Whoa. You know anything about the lab?
Would you happen to know anything about the lab just over that way?
No, and quite frankly, I don't care to.
What goes in then?
What do you all get up to in this place?
I'm really not at liberty to say, ma'am.
You want to get
I'd
inside?
like to come in, please.
More unannounced visitors? Must be my lucky day. What country exiled you?
None. We just want to speak with Captain Stokes.
Afraid he's indisposed.
Why don't you tell Stokes that Jake Ackerman needs a word?
Gentleman Jake?
At your service.
At your
We're not
service.
in the market for entertainment. It's like I said. Oh, dad blasted. Would you knock it off with the shooting already? I can't hear myself think!
You call yourself a soldier when the sound of gunfire sets you quivering like a coward? Pathetic.
She has a point.
I can't help you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is-
I wouldn't be asking to see Captain Stokes if it wasn't important.
I opened the gate for the last person who said that to me today. And what did I get as a reward? His 2 cronies raising hell for the past hour. No, ma'am, not again.
Carry on, soldier.
Right.
Caramba!
Sturdy. No handles. Must only open from the inside.
Anda!
What are you gonna do then again? To just get
Caramba!
India?
Can we talk?
What's on your mind?
Is it getting to the fort? Yeah.
How are we supposed to get into the fort?
Good question. I figured it'd be a breeze, but the guard's ornery as a mama bear with a sore teat. We need to figure out how to get on his good side.
It's the Wild West, and everybody is, you know, everybody just wants to mind their own business and do their jobs. And these guys are from the revolution, so they're always angry. But rightfully so. They're oppressed.
Any idea who that odd fellow with the beard was?
Not a clue. Sure seemed a few cows short of a herd, didn't he?
I'll say. Let's hope he doesn't cause us any trouble. Enough jabber.
I could wear it.
Tinfoil. Why was that man wearing it as a hat?
Tinfoil hat.
This isn't really my style.
Vaya.
No thanks.
Híjole.
Appreciate it, but I've already got a hat.
Anda! Don't bother him with your trinkets.
How about the Yuba metrics?
What is this?
It's tinfoil fashioned into a kind of hat.
And this is something you wear? I don't think I'll ever understand Vespuccians.
That
Híjole!
is funny. But why are we doing here then? Because there's absolutely no way we can get in.
Caramba!
Oh, should I give them Tesparita?
Why are you giving this to me?
I thought you might be able to use them for targets.
A fine thought. Put them on the wall over there. My thanks.
Hey!
You again? What is it now?
Here it is to do elsewhere.
Say, do you think you could practice your shooting somewhere else?
Why?
The fort guard isn't happy about the noise.
Well, then maybe he should choose another profession.
I forgot. How much would it take for you to get shoot somewhere else? I bet I could beat you at shooting. Oh.
You're pretty good, but I bet I can beat you at shooting.
I am the best shot in New Spain.
Care to prove it? How about we use those bottles I gave you as targets?
Very well. Prepare to be humiliated.
Say, Jake, could you give us a hand?
My pleasure.
How many bottles are there?
About 30.
Then we will each shoot at 5. Whoever breaks the most wins.
Sounds fair.
I am feeling generous this morning. Would you like the opportunity to practice first?
He's gonna steal target.
Yes, actually.
Very well.
Ready with those bottles, Jake?
Yep, get ready. Set. Bottle in the air.
I'll get the next one.
Incoming.
You missed.
My God.
Incoming.
I'll get the next one.
Here we go.
Damn it.
Bottle in the air.
What the
You
fuck?
missed. If that is the best you can do, I do not know why we are even bothering. All right, for real this time.
Ready, set, incoming.
Damn it.
Here we go.
You missed.
This is horrible.
Incoming.
I'll get the next one.
Incoming.
You missed. My turn.
Incoming.
Dale.
Here we go.
Anda.
Oh my
Bottle
God.
in the air.
Dale.
Incoming.
Dale.
Incoming.
Damn. I win. Better luck next time, sweetheart.
Do I actually have to win that?
Vaya. Híjole. Anda.
Can we talk?
What's on?
Shooting
You're
advice.
good with your gun. What's the best way to hit a moving target?
Oh, well, I find concentration is key. Just visualize hitting the target and you won't go wrong.
Why don't you shoot the bottles?
How about an encore of your juggling ball trick? Beat that lady at shooting, and we can get her to practice elsewhere.
I see. Not a bad plan, but I make it a point never to perform without a crowd. Ask Danny. He's a good shot, but a little practice couldn't hurt him.
Good try, good last statement.
Enough, Jack.
Caramba.
Hey, Danny?
Ma'am?
I was supposed to get into the fort.
How can we get into the fort?
The guard seems upset about all the noise. Maybe he'll warm to us if we can figure out some way to take care of it.
Got any advice on how to beat that lady?
You said before you were good with your pistols. Any advice on how I might best that loudmouth at shooting?
Moving targets aren't easy to hit. Best advice I can give is to try shooting just ahead of where you think it'll go. Of course, I could give it a try myself if you want.
Did you teach that show off a lesson?
Okay, Danny. Let's see what you've got. Think you can teach that show-off a lesson?
It'll be my pleasure.
Oh, Danny. Let's do it.
Excuse me, ma'am.
What do you want, boy?
I think I'd like to beat you at that bottle shooting.
Oh, this is gonna be good. All right, kid, let's see what you got.
Why don't you go first? Show me how it's done.
My pleasure.
Ready, set, incoming.
Damn!
Here we go.
Take that!
Incoming.
Anda!
Bottle in the air.
Híjole!
Here we go.
Take that! Let's see you beat that.
Ready, Danny boy?
Yep. Don't worry about the warnings. Just throw.
Oh my god.
Don't believe this. Beaten by a chinito de mierda.
Chinito?
Eugenio, vámonos de aquí.
She just called him a shitty Chinese
She's not a very good
boy.
sport.
What?
Never mind her. That was some fine shooting.
He's not even any of those things. Or he is he? What the heck? What the heck is all about? Ah, thank you for the screenshot, man. Oh, you sent me a clip. I'll look at that later. Appreciate it. Practice couldn't hurt. That was mighty impressive. You didn't have to show off. I would have beaten that eventually. Come on.
Sure was. You weren't kidding about being good with those pistols.
It was nothing. But thanks.
Hey, guard!
What is it?
Got the noise Vaseline.
Sure is a nice, peaceful morning, isn't it?
What happened to those cacophonous varmints?
They took their business elsewhere. Now, would you be so kind as to let us in?
So long as you promise to keep it down.
Deal.
Nice. All right. Wait, is that?
Well, now, what
Oh no,
did
that's not it.
we hear?
I appreciate your hospitality, Captain, but I must admit I am perplexed by the change in your position.
It's not my position, General Marquez. It's the position of the government of the Commonwealth of Vespuccia. I have some discretion in the execution of my orders, but I'm sure you can appreciate that there's a chain of command.
I am, of course, most grateful for the aid you have rendered in the past. I am sure that your recommendations carry weight with your superiors. If you would be willing to lend your influence in support of our cause.
Perhaps we can speak of this at another time, Mr. Marquez. As I said, I have other concerns to deal with.
Of course. I look forward to our next meeting.
Captain Stokes, you're a difficult man to see.
Ackerman, how the hell are you?
Leave this to me. I'll have Stokes eaten from the palm of my hand.
Good day, Captain. Madam? Just a moment. I have seen you before.
I'm surprised you saw me. Saw anything after the fall. You must have been confused with someone else. Oh, the fall.
I'm surprised you saw much of anything after that tumble you had.
Ah, of course.
Newspaper office.
The newspaper office.
Yeah,
I owe you my thanks.
Happy to help.
What's your name, anyway?
Harley Leger. This is Danny Luo, and over there is Jake Ackerman.
Sir?
I am General Filomeno Marquez. Though Filomeno seems to be difficult for you Vespuccians, so you may call me Phil.
Phil it is. Good to meet you.
And you? What brings you to the fort?
Not sure Jake's one of the plan, just passing through. We're trying to get into the abandoned lab nearby.
looking for help getting into the abandoned lab back there.
And why might that old ruin interest you, eh?
We're looking for something? You sure asked a lot of questions. It might be a nice hotel.
We were thinking it might make a nice hotel. Just need to spruce it up a bit. Then we can charge folks for rustic desert stays.
A Vespuccian with a sense of humor. I suppose stranger things have happened. In any case, there may be something in there to interest me as well. In fact, I could get the laboratory open so we could both go in, if Stokes were not so stingy with his munitions.
How do you mean?
My specialty is demolitions and explosives.
Oh, perfect.
I just do not have any on hand right now. I thought perhaps the captain might once again be willing to assist a fellow warrior in a righteous cause, but...
It's like I told Mr. Marquez, my hands are tied. Much as I'd like to help, I've got enough to worry about with my men missing. In fact, I was just heading out to search, so if you'll excuse me.
Hold your horses, Captain. How about we come with? I'm sure you could use the extra eyes.
It's mighty kind of you, Ackerman. Can't promise it'll be safe, though. We'll be going near native territory.
Come on, Stokes. You forget who you're talking to? I laugh in the face of danger. We'll ride with you.
Your friend is quite the braggadocio.
Braggadocio. That's part of his charm. Yeah, I've noticed that myself. That's part of his charm.
That's Jake for you. As colorful as they come.
You're all in, then?
Apparently so.
I will accompany you as well.
Sorry, who are you?
Y'all can get acquainted on the trail. Let's get going. Sun's almost up.
Sun's almost up.
Appreciate y'all coming out with me. Strength in numbers and all that.
Our pleasure, Captain.
Exactly who is it you're looking for?
My first lieutenant, John Mulberry.
When did Mulberry go missing? Did you ever have any contact with Dr. Bernard Clark? How long have you been stationed? When did he go missing?
So when did your man go missing?
He left leading the patrol last evening and they never returned. I just hope the natives didn't get him. Things have been a bit tense of late.
Did you ever have any contact? If the natives got Mulberry, what are we supposed to do?
Assuming the natives were responsible for Mulberry's disappearance, what are we supposed to do?
Get him and the men back if we can, by any means necessary.
Any means?
That means burning that village to the ground, then God help me, I'll do it. No man left behind, that's my motto.
That seems awfully drastic.
Yep.
What have the natives done to deserve such a show of force?
Miss Legere, with all due respect, you've no idea what you're talking about. We've already given these folks an inch, but they have taken a mile. The government's tried appeasing them with treaties and such, but those ain't worth the paper they're written on. You'd sooner reason with a coyote.
Well,
oh my God.
Ah!
You got shot? No.
Engines!
Engines. Oh God.
So far, we have been stymied in our efforts to search Clark's laboratory. Captain Stokes let out a search patrol, and he let all us supplicants tag along. But it wasn't enough to deter the native war party that ambushed us. Stokes slipped the trap laid for him, leaving us four to stand in his stead. Now we await intelligence of our captors and some sign of our fate.
Well, isn't this a fine turn of events?
Phil?
Eh?
I never imagined volunteering for a search party would include free accommodation.
I must say, of everyone I have shared a jail cell with, you have the liveliest sense of humor.
That's funny. Everybody I've ever shared a cell with. Have you been captured before? Oh, this is actually the question.
So, this isn't the first time you've been locked up?
Certainly not. At least these people seem more hospitable to their prisoners than the Spanish.
How do we get out of here?
Got any suggestions for how we might get out of here?
Not just yet. I want to see how things play out.
What do you mean?
Something about this does not feel right. We know very little of our captors. I cannot devise anything until that changes.
That is true.
Did you see what became of Captain Stokes?
Yes, though I wish I had not. Pinche cobarde.
That doesn't sound like a good thing.
He turned and ran. Took his men and abandoned us. To think I held him as a man of honor. Bastardo!
Whoa!
Easy there, Phil.
Forgive me, but I cannot abide a deserter.
It takes a low sort to abandon someone who's counting on you. I'll just be over here.
Didn't he say no man left behind? What a coward.
I suppose all of these were made here. Quite a collection.
Danny.
Hey, Danny?
What is it?
You don't have to be so worried. Are you nervous? We'll stop pacing already?
Relax, Danny. It'll be okay.
You think so?
Sure. If these folks meant us any harm, they wouldn't have bothered capturing us.
That is true.
I didn't think of it that way. I sure hope you're right.
Have you been in a situation like this before?
You and Jake must have gotten into scrapes like this before, right?
Well, I have, yes. Although it was before I met Jake. But is this really the time for stories?
Fair enough. Perhaps another time. Got any thoughts on how we might get out of here?
You took my guns, so... No, really. You should ask Jake. He's the one with all the clever tricks.
Were you able to see how Captain Stokes fared?
I lost sight of him when I got knocked off my horse. I can't believe he just left us. Why would he do that?
Hey, Jake?
Miss Legere?
You seem to be at ease.
Making yourself comfortable?
Not really. His bench is hard as a rock. Could do with some back support, too. But it's as good a place as any to think of a way out of here.
Wait, let me check something real quick, guys. Okay, sorry.
Had any ideas for escaping yet?
You'll be the first to know, I assure you.
Did you manage to see what became of Captain Stokes?
No, I was a mite preoccupied. Just as well. If I'd known he was running off, I'd have shown him a thing or two. No man left behind my foot.
Exactly.
Surely a fellow of daring do like yourself has been in a predicament like this before?
More times than I can count.
How'd you manage to get free?
Well, you gotta understand, every situation's different. Easiest way's usually bribing a guard, but sometimes you gotta get creative. Well, there's one time but no, that wouldn't work here.
Why not?
'Cause I'd need a few things, and coming by them in here will be next to impossible.
If you've got a plan, it's at least worth trying.
I reckon you're right. Main thing I need is something pliable, like wax or soft wood. Then something sharp to shape it with, and finally some shiny material. Metallic looking would be best. Find me those things, and we might be in business.
I'll leave you to your thoughts. It's quite ornate. Brightens the place up, I suppose.
It is noble to find beauty in dark moments, but perhaps not so very useful.
Not so
Must
very
be for
useful, yeah.
storage.
What do we have there?
Completely empty. Wonder what they use these for.
Head catchers would be my guess.
Hey, it's not funny.
It was not meant to be.
Oh my god. Was not meant to be.
Empty.
For now.
This basket's full of soap.
Yeah, at least we can keep clean.
Uh-huh. Except there is no water in here.
Then let's hope we can get out of here soon.
What is this?
Dried corn. At least we won't starve.
If that's all there is, Starving might be preferable.
Dried corn.
If that's
A block of soap. Now, if only I had some water. Smells like lye. Is this pliable enough for you?
this'll do nicely.
What is this?
Did smashing that pot make you feel any better?
It did, yes.
Let's look at the door.
Doesn't look very sturdy.
But it's barred on the other side.
Oh, what I would not give for a stick or two of dynamite right now.
Hey, anybody out there? Let us out.
I'd save my breath if I was you.
Let us out. Just let us out, dude. Let us out.
This ceramic shard's got a very sharp edge. This sharp enough for you?
It'll do, it'll do.
Will this work for what you need?
Shiny and metallic. Perfect. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. You got everything.
Yeah.
Sure did. Now, will you tell me about this plan of yours?
I'm bluffing our way out of here. Give me a few minutes and you'll see what I mean. Voila.
A gun.
You carved a gun out of soap and wrapped it in tinfoil?
That's right.
It's certainly creative, I'll give you that.
Necessity is the mother of invention, as
Waiting.
they say. Anyhow, soon as somebody comes in, I'll draw this and catch
Waiting.
them off guard. You knock them out in the confusion, then we make our escape.
And you have confidence this will work?
These folk don't know firearms, they can't tell the difference.
But, what if...
Hello in there? I'm coming inside.
Well, ain't this fortuitous?
Greetings. I'm Nadine. I've come to...
Hands up!
Is that a fake gun?
Yes.
Yes?
Don't mind my friend here. Nadine, was it?
Yes, Nadine Redbird.
Harley Leger.
Welcome in. 36%. How is it going? Let me just check some things real quick. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Let me see one thing. Oh, it is working. All right. Yeah. But we're doing well. Appreciate you being here, for stopping in. Okay. Why have you come? Are you the same Nadine Doc Sedgwick mentioned? You have to get us out of here. Tell you the leader we're not scared.
Wait a minute. Weren't you Doc Sedgwick's apprentice?
That's right. You know him?
We spoke briefly, and he took care of Phil over there.
That's good. I do miss working with him.
Does that mean this is a medical call?
The chief sent me to make sure none of you were hurt. She also wants to speak with whoever's in charge of your group.
That would be me.
All due respect, sir, but after that little trick you just pulled, you're out of the running.
I'll go then.
All right, come with me.
That is fair.
I bring you Miss Harley Leger, representing the captives.
Thank you, Nadine. You may return and tend to the others.
I will.
Enter and be welcome. You may call me Chief Lutzi. I am responsible for the people of this village.
Pleasure's all mine.
You have violated the borders of the Autumn Nation, duly established by recognized treaty with your government. Miss Legere, why are you here?
We were looking for some soldiers. Your people attacked us. We were just riding along Captain Stokes. We were looking for some soldiers.
Captain Stokes is missing some troops, and we were helping in the search.
You serve Stokes. Curious. You do not dress like a soldier.
We have nothing to do with the fort.
Who are you then?
I'm a journalist for the Rosewater Post. My companions and I are researching Dr. Bennett Clark. We only came to Stokes to ask for help getting inside the abandoned laboratory on the other side of the valley. Thought maybe you could spare some dynamite or something. But first we had to ride with him to find First Lieutenant Mulberry and his missing men.
I see. What did he tell you of us?
Let's just say he didn't paint a very pretty picture.
Unsurprising. Do you share his opinion?
Of course not. Stokes not a friend of mine. I'm still alive, and that counts for something. I don't know. Holding a skeleton isn't exactly sure of it. Of course not. Stokes is not a friend of mine.
Not at all. Stokes is just some windbag I met this morning. I'll make up my own mind.
That is good to know. The Autumn mean you no harm, Miss Legere. However, for months, the fort soldiers have routinely violated our borders and harassed our people. Just last night, a band of them came, led by this man, Mulberry. They attacked us in our fields and set fire to our crops.
Wow. That is horrifying. Were there any of your people killed?
Were there any casualties among your people?
No deaths, although a number were burned or wounded in the fight. As for Mulberry, we captured him. He is under guard in one of our empty storehouses. Stokes has turned our village into a prison, and now he is recruiting civilians to come after us. I fear this will not end until everything we have has been turned to ash. But I cannot allow that. Something must be done.
That is true. Is there any way I can help? There must be a way to get stuff back now. That isn't our fight. Technically, yeah, it's not. But this is a game, and we are just gonna get involved anyway, right?
You're right. Can we help you in any way?
I believe so. And you can get what you're after as well.
I'm listening.
Our scouts have observed an army wagon making regular deliveries to the fort from Rosewater. It comes in the night, when few others are willing to travel, and always it arrives a day or two after the train stops in town.
Then that would be tonight? I just arrived on the latest train into Rosewater.
Yes, exactly. I cannot know for sure, but I believe this wagon carries supplies, along with weapons and munitions. The soldiers use these to strengthen themselves, then come and deprive us of what little we have. If you and your people were to obtain them, it would be to our mutual benefit. We would have a means of defense. You would have the tools to enter this laboratory, and Stokes would be deprived of his armaments.
We're raiding any and that be gonna be dangerous. I'm sure my companions are up to it. Are you sure that raid will be worth it?
You're certain they'll be carrying something that's worth the risk?
I am certain that doing nothing is a far greater risk.
Tonight, then, huh?
Tonight, or not at all. The cover of darkness will be to your advantage. Our scouts have also noted that only 2 men guard the wagon.
Guess I'd better tell the others and get to planning.
You are welcome to rest here in the meantime.
Thank you, Chief Lutzi.
May the Earthmaker guide you.
Nice. Okay. That's
Everyone
fair.
in good shape?
Mr. Lua has some minor bruising, but your friends are otherwise healthy.
Good to know. Hey, fellas, come on out here. We got some business to discuss.
I take it your meeting with the chief went well?
You aren't our enemies. We need to each other's help. Stokes is worse than we thought. Hope you boys are up to from little excitement.
It did. These are good people who can help us if we help them.
Help them? With what?
With Stokes and the fort. Turns out the reason Mulberry didn't come back is that he was taken prisoner while conducting an unprovoked raid on this village. A raid Stokes himself ordered.
What?
Army soldiers have been crossing into Otham territory and attacking them without justification.
It's true. I have treated many of the wounded myself.
Hijo de la... We cannot let this injustice stand.
That is troubling. But what can we do about it?
Chief Lutzi suggested we hit him where it hurts, the fort's supply chain. So we'll be carrying out our own raid on a delivery wagon.
And to think just yesterday you were having reservations about robbing folk.
That's
Reckon
so
it's
true.
true what they say about the frontier changing people.
That's so freaking true. You're just, no, we have to be a good person. We're like talking people out of robbing stuff. This is like we're about to rob a train from the state. I don't mind robbing for a good cause. I have no qualms about robbing the government. This is our best chance to get what we after.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Phil needs dynamite to get into the lab. This is our chance to get it.
And help these people too, right?
Of course, but we've got to consider our needs too. Now listen up, because we've got some preparations to make. And the wagon will be coming through tonight, according to the chief. We can get the munitions Phil needs to get us into the lab, along with some weapons and supplies for the Otham.
Ah, the old 1-2 punch. I like it.
Only question is, what's the best approach?
I'm thinking we create a distraction. We get the wagon to stop, then you and I keep the driver occupied while Danny and Phil sneak the stuff out.
I prefer a more direct approach. You said the wagon was poorly guarded, eh? We have enough fighters to overpower them. When they see they are outmatched, we should be able to take what we need without firing a shot.
Wouldn't it be better to do this without drawing any attention? You could set up a roadblock, then sneak out what you need while they investigate.
All good plans. Have you got anything, Danny?
No, but I think we should be careful. Something like this could so easily go wrong.
That is true.
So, what's it going to be?
Nadine created a roadblock and sneak the supplies out. Distract the driver in the middle of the wagon. Attack the wagon directly. Let's just create a roadblock then.
Let's go with Nadine's suggestion.
I do think it's best if none of us are seen committing this act of banditry.
Agreed. This is a stealth job. Nadine and I will search the wagon. You boys hang back and take whatever we unload. Well, we better get ready. Let's hope this goes off without a hitch.
Nadine's sneaky for the wagon raid. Okay. That's my first achievement of this game.
What in tarnation? What's all this crap in the road? Oh, they don't pay me enough for this. Buford, get up here and help me.
We should hurry. I don't think we'll have long.
Looks like it's full of apples.
Can I save? Let me do another manual save here.
This looks promising. Not while that crate's sitting on top of it. Help me with this, would you, Nadine?
Alright.
Jackpot. Here's some dynamite. And a good cache of firearms. These should serve the Otham well. There's also a letter.
What does it say?
It's a manifest. Hang on. Here's the combination for that safe.
Whatever you do, be quick.
Well, well, isn't this fancy? I'll be damned.
What is it?
Bars of Aurum. Lots of them.
Odd. Why deliver these to the fort?
Good question. Too bad they're marked. We could have had a nice payday, but at least there's a bit of loose cash in here.
We haven't much time left.
They're all marked Rosewater.
Isn't this delivery coming from Rosewater?
Oh god.
Just a bunch of uniforms. Nadine, help me unload this.
We should go. The guards won't be distracted forever.
Right. Let's get out of here.
All right. All right, all right, all right.
You have come back to us. Did you obtain what you needed?
Yes, with this dynamite, getting into the lab will be quite easy.
Then I am glad the raid proved fruitful.
Chief Lutzi, I am curious. Now that you can arm your people, what is your plan?
I can certainly understand your curiosity, General Marquez.
You know me?
We are close enough to the new Spanish border to keep informed of current events. To answer your question, we will defend ourselves. Peace has not worked against those who wish to harm us, so we must answer them with force.
You strike me as a wise and capable leader, but allow me to offer one piece of advice. Do not underestimate your enemy. Nothing angers a tyrant like a show of resistance.
I appreciate it, General, but I believe we will overcome.
I truly hope you do.
We found something else. A safe filled with Aurum bars.
And you did not take any?
They were all marked. Traceable. We'd have no use for them.
Caramba. It's always something, isn't it?
The last thing we need is the Royals on us for stealing their Aurum.
The Royal Police? Nah, out here they'd send in the army. Or God forbid, the Blackburns.
The Union Busters?
Unions, heads, you name it.
The big question is, why send Aurum to the fort?
An intriguing line of inquiry, but I ain't sure the fort's dealings should concern us.
Perhaps not. But I am curious as well. Something unusual is happening here. Stokes was all too happy to aid our cause before my exile. Now he acts like a stranger. It cannot be a coincidence. I am going to charge my Lieutenant General with finding out more about these shipments.
Chasing more wagons full of Aurum?
Something like that. It is clear there will be no more aid from Stokes now, and I still have an army to outfit. Perhaps we will find something we can actually keep.
If money's what you're after, maybe you'd entertain the notion of joining our posse. That goes for you too, Miss Redbird.
What are you talking about?
I'll explain everything on the way back to the lab. Danny, you stay here and help unload the supplies. Give Nadine the lowdown. Come meet us at the lab when you're done.
Will do.
I am sending one of our hunters to return Mulberry to the fort. He can show you the way back.
Much appreciated. Right, let's get a move on. You coming with us, Miss Legere?
Story. So far, the story is incredibly compelling. I'm getting intrigued. So I want to know what's going to happen at all times. It's a very, very interesting how the plot starts twisting from one way to another. I just thought we were going to be hanging out on the town all day and looking for something like hidden objects kind of thing, just looking for stuff and just that. But this took an incredibly different turn so far. Beautifully written and great voice acting, and the graphics, the art is just amazing. These are my thoughts so far in this game. It's beautiful, and I really recommend people that love point and click games just to have like a little story, well, not a little story, but a well-written story developed in front of them. And with the choices, I think you can change the outcome of many things. So I'm loving that, because it has a lot of replayability, worth or value. So that's amazing. Extremely, I really recommending this game.
And missing all the fireworks when you finally set them off? I think not. And can it with the Miss Legere bunk? It's Harley.
Duly noted. Now let's get going.
Just one more thing before you go, Harley. You said you were a journalist, yes?
That's right.
Do you believe the townspeople would take an interest in our cause?
Some might. I can certainly tell my employer about the treatment you've received.
Please do. I have a statement I would like you to carry back. The Autumn are a peaceful people. We wish to be your good neighbors and friends. But if a Vespuccian soldier or any other person comes with violent intent to harm us, we will do what we must to protect our people.
Got it. Would you be willing to sit for an interview with someone from the post?
Gladly. My words are for all who will listen with open hearts.
I'll make sure your message is received.
Thank you.
That's nice. That's really good.
Thanks for showing us back, partner. We can take it from here. Well, would you look at that?
His hat.
Didn't think I'd be seeing old Jesse again. I'm keeping this arrowhead as a good luck charm. And who knows? Maybe some collector out there would be interested in acquiring the arrowhead that nearly wiped out Gentleman Jake.
Gentleman Jake.
Is he always like this?
Yes.
Hey, Phil, let's talk.
What about?
So how did you wind up here in Vespuccia?
That is a very long story, and I do not wish to relate it now. Perhaps another time?
Fair enough. I have to ask, what went on at the Rosewater Post?
That so-called newspaper editor dared to write that the People's Revolution was over, that we had been crushed by the forces of the Spanish army. Defeated, we will not abandon our cause. I demanded a correction. What did I get instead? A defenestration.
Rough break.
Yes.
Right. Carry on. Can we talk?
What's on your mind? 'Cause you know I've been wondering about the Otham. What do you suppose will happen to them now that they're armed with guns?
I don't know, but at least they have a fighting chance now.
If Stokes attacks and they successfully fend him off, then perhaps he will leave them alone. But it will certainly not happen without bloodshed.
Well, best of luck to him.
Enough jabber. Let's push on. The flag Stokes was carrying.
Pity it's in such a sorry state.
I wonder how things will go for the Otham now that they have firearms.
Well enough, I hope. Provided they don't point them at us.
That's true.
I shouldn't leave this here.
It's good to see someone who respects their country.
Let's keep going.
You're quite certain you know what you're doing?
Just leave everything to me and stand far, far back.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Impressive work there, Phil.
Gracias.
And an explosion will certainly liven up your article. Eh, Harley?
Hey, Phil, let's talk.
What about?
How did you become so proficient with explosives?
The science of it always fascinated me. Even as a child, I read a great deal about mining and demolitions. The lessons were invaluable. So, when my parents sent me to university, I studied civil engineering. Most people do not realize just how much care must be taken when dealing with dynamite.
Hang on. You have a university education?
Education?
Of course. Does this surprise you?
No, I just didn't think a revolutionary would have a degree.
Well, I do. From the Escuela Superior de Ingenieros in Madrid.
Right. Carry on.
All right. Is that our love interest? Imagine.
Can we talk?
What's on your mind?
Would you care to recount some of your previous adventures?
I'd love to, but I'm afraid now just ain't the time. Soon as we have a respite, I'll be glad to regale you.
Enough jabber. Let's push on.
Let's go.
Well, slap my behind and call me Betsy.
Not sure what I was expecting to find, but it wasn't this?
It has been completely ransacked.
Still, there's gotta be some indication of where Clark took his money. Let's take a look around. But watch yourselves. No telling what any of these doohickeys might be capable of.
At least Dr. Clark practiced fire safety. A wooden mannequin in a cage? I have so many questions.
You sure you want them answered?
There's about 2 inches of dust. Empty. Not really surprising. I can't make heads nor tails of this chicken scratch. I can't see through. The window is too grimy. Looks like it's connected to the door somehow.
And that wire runs to the console back there.
Won't do us any good if there's nothing power in this place, though.
I can't really see through the porthole, but it looks dense in there. No handle. Must be some other way to open it. What in the ether is this thing?
I wouldn't get too close.
Is this some kind of combination or code? Is this some kind of combination or code?
9207.
1 of 4 dials. It's anyone's guess what they do.
Nine.
1 of the dials is missing. Just my luck.
Damn it.
I guess this measures etheric pressure, whatever that means. It won't turn any further that way. TT-180 must be this contraption's model number.
So I cannot touch this or this. What about this?
Must be what makes this thing go. Nothing happened. This console isn't getting any power.
Oh, I need to get power for this before we start doing anything else.
Not much left. Some books and a broken device.
All right. We go further there.
This Clark fellow was into some strange things, wasn't he?
I'm starting to understand why he chose to do his work out in the middle of nowhere.
Nowhere. Alright, everybody. This is gonna be it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for lurking, for chatting, for being so support to the channel. Much love and thank you so much to Grandy's Love Games and Keymailer for granting me the key to showcase this game for you guys. This is a review copy that I have. This is beautiful game so far, amazing story, incredibly compelling. If you like old-timey puzzle, point and click games, this is for you. This is definitely for you. I apologize for the comparison, but the old-timey, the old LucasArts games, the Full Throttle, Green Fandango, all those, Day of the Tentacle, even Sam and Max type of point and clicks, those types of games, this game reminds me of those so much. And it's a beautiful thing. It's yeah, it's some nostalgia and a little bit refreshing to see these type of games coming out again. The art style is amazing, and the story is incredibly compelling, and I'm intrigued to find out what is actually happening in this town and with this story. And I'm going to be doing a full gameplay of this on the channel. I might as well do some little shorts about it, talking about how interesting this game is. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.